Всем привет! Добро пожаловать на канал «Короткие английские истории» с Беллой. Сегодня у нас «Призрак дома на холме» Ширли Джексон. Уровень C2, самый сложный. Это поможет вам расширить словарный запас, освоить сложные грамматические конструкции и развить навыки восприятия нюансов языка. Начнем.
Hill House, an antiquated and foreboding mansion, carried with it an unsettling aura of malevolence. Its ominous reputation was steeped in tales of unexplained tragedies and bizarre misfortunes, with its former inhabitants often meeting grim and inexplicable ends. Dr. John Montague, an erudite scholar with an unrelenting fascination for the supernatural, resolved to unearth the truth lurking within its shadowed halls. To this end, he extended an invitation to a select group of individuals, each possessing unique sensitivities to the paranormal. Among them was Eleanor Vance. Eleanor, a woman whose life had been a solitary journey devoid of familial warmth, yearned for escape from the monotony that had long imprisoned her. Though her existence had been largely insular, the prospect of venturing into uncharted territory stirred within her a curious amalgam of trepidation and exhilaration. Dr. Montague's invitation presented her with an opportunity to transcend her ordinary life, a life haunted by a peculiar incident that marked her as an ideal candidate for his study. From the moment she arrived, Eleanor was seized by an inexplicable dread. Hill House loomed as a monolithic entity, oppressive and inscrutable, its very architecture imbued with a sinister vitality. The walls seemed to thrum with an awareness, as though the house itself were an omnipresent observer. Dr. Montague soon introduced her to her fellow participants, Theodora, a mercurial and enigmatic figure, and Luke, the affable but enigmatic heir to the accursed estate. Eleanor found herself ensnared by an ever-deepening unease. Subtle yet disquieting phenomena began to manifest. Doors creaked open of their own accord, and an eerie din of knocks echoed through the corridors. One evening, as Eleanor and Theodora strolled through the garden's shadowy recesses, Eleanor froze mid-step. "Do you hear that?" she murmured, her voice trembling. Theodora inclined her head, her expression taut. Footsteps were audible, yet no one was in sight. A chill cascaded down Eleanor's spine. "It's as though the house is beckoning me, whispering for me to remain within its grasp." As night descended, Hill House underwent a sinister metamorphosis. Shadows lengthened unnaturally, the air thickened, and an almost palpable malevolence pervaded the atmosphere. Eleanor felt herself inexorably drawn into the mansion's eldritch embrace, an unsettling intimacy developing between her and the house. One fateful night, a spectral figure materialized before her, tall, pallid, and otherworldly. Reaching out in desperation, Eleanor found the apparition dissipating like mist through her fingers. Her scream pierced the silence, yet no help came. The following morning, Dr. Montague gathered the group. "This house," he intoned gravely, "is a labyrinth of anguish. It ensnares its occupants, binding them to its macabre will. None of you are safe." Despite his dire warning, Eleanor felt a magnetic connection to the mansion, an inexplicable compulsion that resisted reason. "I cannot leave," she confessed to Theodora. "The house will not permit it." Theodora, equally perturbed, cautioned, "We must. This place is no mere abode. It is a predator." Yet Eleanor's bond with Hill House deepened, her identity dissolving into its unyielding essence. As the house's nocturnal clamor crescendoed, walls groaning, doors slamming, and a spectral symphony reverberating, Eleanor became convinced of its consciousness. Seeking solace, she rushed to Theodora and Luke, her voice fractured by fear. "Do you hear it? The house, it's alive. It won't let us escape. Luke, striving for calm, countered, "It's nothing but old wood settling. Don't let it consume you." But Eleanor knew otherwise. The house was no inert structure. It was a living force, and she was ensnared within its dominion. When the specter reappeared, shimmering at the hall's terminus, Eleanor reached out once more. This time, the figure lingered, its expression inscrutable, before dissolving into the darkness. "I belong here," Eleanor whispered. "The house has claimed me." Dr. Montague implored her to leave. "This house will devour you if you stay." But Eleanor's resolve was unshakable. "It has already consumed me. I am part of it now, and it is mine." By morning, Eleanor's car was discovered abandoned, its door ajar, yet she was nowhere to be found. The mansion stood tranquil, its secrets buried deep within its shadowed walls. Theodora and Luke departed in silence, their hearts heavy with the weight of what transpired.
На этом наша загадочная и интересная история заканчивается. Давайте повторим слова, которые были в тексте.
Antiquated, foreboding, malevolence, ominous, unexplained, tragedy, bizarre, misfortune, erudite, supernatural, lurking, insular, uncharted, trepidation, exhilaration, monolithic, inscrutable, vitality, mercurial, enigmatic, affable, unease, phenomenon, recess,
Beckoning,
eldritch, intimacy, labyrinth, anguish,
macabre.
compulsion, crescendo, sentience, specter, threshold, resolve.
Я надеюсь, что вам было интересно, что вы узнали что-то новое и полезное. Помните, что каждый конец — это начало чего-то нового. Желаю вам удачи и вдохновения на вашем пути. Пусть ваши знания всегда будут с вами, и пусть каждый новый шаг открывает перед вами новые горизонты. До новых встреч!